Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and today for my next superhero movie review that I will be talking about is Superman 2. I have to say that this Superman 2, there was like two versions that I've told you guys about, like for my last superhero movie review, which was Superman. Of course, there's like both the original version and the director's cut. I decided to, just like mash up, talk about them, even if it's about the original or the director's cut of it. I mean, the two directors, of course, that directed the Superman 2 movie, which was Richard Lester. He's the one that directed the original version of Superman 2. And of course, the returning director, Richard Donner, who did the first Superman movie, decided to make it a director's cut, like a special edition. So I'm just gonna like mostly talk about is the director's cut of Superman 2. Cause this Superman 2, it was actually much more realistic and even much more that were like never before seen in theaters. But mostly actually just show like some screen tests, like footage that was like mostly from screen tests, like to make this Superman 2 like all realistic. So he decided to like put some special effects in, add some more scenes that were never before seen, or alternate them. So in Superman 2, Superman's greatest foes are the three Kryptonian criminals. The three are which are General Zod, Ursula, and Non. So I will tell you guys about these three. Apparently they do have Superman's power. They have the similarities to them, like the same similarities of Superman's powers. Like they have the similar powers, so they're Kryptonian, just like Superman is. And this was like going in the shows, like in the director's cut they show the previous from the first one, like the three, of course, which are one big dude, his name, which is Non the Destroyer. He doesn't really talk. He's like he's more like of a mute. He's sort of like the similarity of between the combination between Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. And the second one of course is Ursula. Ursula is she likes to like seduce men, or tries to like go through your mind, like tries to make do a little mind trick on you, like almost like a Jedi mind trick. And last but not least, of course, which is General Zod. Zod, he's like, all he ever cares about, he wants to rule the world or rule the galaxy. In the first previous one, like it was like the beginning of the first one, which I forgot to mention in my last review of Superman the movie. In the courtroom, of course, in the first one, Jor-El captures these three criminals and sentenced them to the dark shadows. He sent them to the dark shadows, and of course in the original version they show I think it was a guard. It was a guard, and I think Non just like broke his neck, and then just broke just like only one red crystal. It kind of didn't really make any sense, but in the director's cut, they actually showed them what the dark shadow was like. If you like go in there, it's like dark, it's like pitch black, and you see all these, and it just shows them what the mirror would be like. What does it feel like to be living in the dark shadow, or feel like being in prison in the dark shadow forever, like for all eternity, like even floating into space. So in the original version, they had the where Superman goes to Paris, where Lois Lane is like trapped in the elevator, and she's like right at the Eiffel Tower. Of course, the bomb like blows up, and the elevator like falls down really fast. That was like a great scene ever. But in the director's cut, this time they did a little different now. Like Lois Lane finally like reads the newspaper and sees Superman, but she also looks at Clark Kent, like she's starting to putting two and two together. Like she thinks now that Clark Kent is actually Superman. So she draws a little picture as the suit, the tie, and the hat, and the way he was standing. Now she is discovering that Clark Kent has been Superman the whole time. Also, Lois Lane like throws herself out of the window just to see if Clark Kent like tries to get her becoming Superman, but the way he was thinking, he like uses speeding power just to get down. He uses the breath and just fall her like slowly and calmly and just like bouncing right into the watermelons, right into the fruit and the water marketplace store, and he goes back up there and realizing that Lois was wrong, that he wasn't Superman. So her plan failed. So this is actually like concentrating like Clark Kent and Superman, just Jor-El a lot, because in the original version they only see the glass mirror of between him and his mother, but in the director's cut it was actually better. I would say this was a great director's cut movie, and everything was like all different, all like all details and adding the scenes. And of course there was this one scene where Lois Lane tries again to convince Clark Kent that he is Superman. And of course that was a screening test, because there was a lot of difference of Christopher Reeve. Of course Christopher Reeve's hair was long, and then in the close-up shot where he has his gel, like almost his Superman hair gel style going on, and his glasses were like thicker, but Lois just shots him, and he just stands up to reveal his true identity as Superman. But unfortunately, it was a real gun, but unfortunately it was a blank. Lois does have a heart. She would never kill Clark Kent just like that, because it was just blanks. So busted. So where the three Kryptonian criminals like goes to the White House and just like destroy or like beat the crap out of everybody. It was like the best scene ever, including where Zod just stands around and looks at the White House like. But apparently the best scene ever, where Zod just like grabs the guy, takes his gun, and starts like shooting everyone, just trying to be as human as possible, like shooting everything and everyone else. It was like one of the best epic scene ever. This was like one of my best favorite out of all the Superman movies. The second one was like definitely my favorites out of all of them. This was like the most, I have to say. And during where Superman takes Lois to his base, like, well, his home base, and talks about where he was growing up, and he always wants to fall in love with someone, but he always wanted to try to be human. So in the director's cut, he discusses with his father. Well, of course they have like much more of an argument than a discussion, but he wanted to try to be human. He wanted to fit in. He didn't want to be like Kryptonian, and he goes into some sort of a fortress where it takes away all of his powers and makes him completely human. He does this for Lois, and when they go to the diner scene, one guy just like literally beats the crap out of him. So now Clark goes back to the fortress and tries to see if he could reconnect with his father, but apparently his father like refuses to listen to him. But however, he finds this the green crystal, which that's kind of like seeing the green crystal right there, all random, for no other reason. I mean, the first one they did show the green crystal, but I don't know what's this green crystal all about. But he puts it in there, and he finally reconnects to his father, Jor-El, once again, and he like discusses like about he was wrong and his father was right, and he has to do what was right. So he like touches him, and I guess it was the only way just to get his power back. He finally gets his power back, and he finally returns as Superman. The battle scene was like completely different. I mean, there was like some scenes that were different, but there were some scenes that were like, most of it was like all cut out or added to it. But basically like seeing Superman and Zod like face to face, like just like going fist to fist, and then the best scene ever, where Superman just like throws him right to the Coca-Cola sign. It just like all the sparks and the light, including the sign, just gets all blown and destroyed. And of course, where Nan just like pushes him down right from the sewers of Metropolis, and they just get a huge brawl right at it, and all the sewers and the roads started to crack. It was like complete mayhem. This was like a battle arena, between Superman and the Kryptonian criminals. So afterwards, where Zod, Nan, and Ursula just like blows the whole city of Metropolis and the people away. All the cars flying out, all the people like just like flying out, probably getting hurt or dead. Afterwards, Superman finally tries to fly away, and everybody thinks he's some sort of a coward, like he just fled. So now Zod brings out Lois and Lex to the fortress, and of course this was actually different. In the original version, they just started just fighting, but in the director's cut, they were just like arguing or talking or convincing about this fortress. But I have to say, the original scene, what was the best ever, is where Superman just like disappears and he multiplied, like split into like 3s or 4 Supermans. And the scene where when Ursula tries to kick Superman, but that was the fake one. Nan tries to like attack him, but that was a fake one too as well. And of course Lois tries to give Superman a hug, but that was also another fake. So lastly, Zod even tried to figure out if he got the fake Superman, but wrong. That was the real one. So now they finally trying to convince him the only way not to like kill Lois. Superman decides to goes into the fortress and tries to take away his power, but here's the thing. The light was like coming outside, so apparently it stripped their powers away, which they all didn't know. And he was safe inside, so he did the smart thing to do. So where Superman just like gets out of there and pretending all weak and all human-like, Zod tells him to kneel down, grabs his hand, but he like simply crushes it, and Zod just like screaming in pain throws him down to the, I think, the glacier ice, wherever. And Nan tries to fly, but apparently he lost that kind of power, and Lois just like punches Ursula right down the ground. Well, of course, however, where in the director's cut, Superman destroys the fortress somehow. He destroyed the fortress, like it was like sinking down right down to the ice. But apparently she tries to make a story. She tries to make a story about Superman, of who he is and where did he come from. So Superman, being smart, he like travels back in time, he like bringing everything back the way it was. So after done talking to this film, I had to say that both of these versions were actually cool and the best. But of course the original had too many cheesy lines and too much comedy, just a bit. But in the director's cut that Richard Donner directed, that was actually good. So for the director's cut, I give it a 90 out of 100. I must say I have to give it a 90 out of 100 because of course they were all test footages, and of course they could have done a little better with the CGI effects, and it was a good movie. I say this really they did a good job. So I must say I'm just gonna give the Superman movies a rest. So next week or the following week, I will be talking about is 1989 version of Batman. So this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off and wishing you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and saying is peace.